Hello, YouTube. We are here today to discuss the new ban list that was put into place. And here to help me with discussing all the new changes that are happening to the game is Mr. Red Pyro 66. You can call him Matthew. That works too. So you want to say hello there, Matthew?
Hello, everybody.
All right. So I figured that I would have him here because it's kind of boring just talking to yourself. Wouldn't you agree, Matthew?
Yes, I would.
Okay. So for those of you who don't know, there was a new ban list that was posted up by official people on YugiOhCard.com, and I'll have a link to that for the video, so you can check out to make sure that I'm not just making up all this crap as I go along.
It was also posted 2 weeks ago on Shriek for the OCG list.
And unlike popular belief, nothing was changed between the OCG and the TCG except for there's one synchro monster that the OCG has that we don't, and that was the only difference. So, enough small talk. We're going to start off with the ban cards, and I guess probably the first one that people wanted banned was Crush Card Virus. That is now banned. Pretty broken card. Wasn't as good this format, but just because a card isn't good during a certain format doesn't mean that it's still not broken. Anything would you like to say about that, Matthew?
It's a rare now, so it should be banned, so no noobs can crush you during game 1 or 2.
Yeah, that's also true, because when Konami decided to come out with a turbo pack, which is now out also for those of you who don't know, made Crush Card a rare that basically kind of auto banned it. Now I'd probably say the second most broken card. I don't know. I guess the card's kind of a little bit more broken than Crush. Dark Strike Fighter. This has basically been the format-defining card, and basically every single deck has a way to go into this, and it's pretty darn good. Wouldn't you agree? So, let's see. Next, we've got Monster Reborn. This is simple, generic revival for the game, and it's pretty broken because it's a spell, so it's quicker than traps and stuff like that, and there is no cost to it. I'm pretty sure you could say it has a cost to it, but it really doesn't. So Monster Reborn is now banned.
Yeah, but they brought back Call of the Haunted.
Yes.
Honestly, you can play Call of the Haunted in your battle phase.
Yeah, that's I'd say calls a little bit of Monster Reborn too. And then finally, the last card that was banned, Card of Safe Return. This card I feel should be banned a long time ago, but it never was. This card wasn't as good in the TCG, but in the OCG there was a bunch of OTKs with it. And even in the TCG, like if you're playing Lightsworn and you opened with this card and your hand was decent, you usually ended up winning that game because of the amount of cards that you could draw off this. So that's all I gotta say about that. So yeah, those are the new 4 banned cards. And so yeah, that's it for that. Alright, now the limited list. This has a bunch of cards in it. And I guess I'll start first with the 2 OCG based cards, I guess. 1-for-1 and Mind Master. There's an OTK where you can play 1-for-1 to search your Mind Master, and then you can make Mind Master get really big, and then you can just attack twice. So there's some pretty broken combos with this in the OCG. So they figured that they would limit this before the TCG gets a combo, and then we start making broken stuff with it. So those 2. Guess the next card is Black Rose Dragon. This card clears the entire field. It's a very good card, and now that they hurt Synchro Cat so much, they didn't want Salvo-Dad to be very good, because Salvo-Dad went into Black Rose a lot against Lightsworn and stuff. So that's the reason why I limited that. So that's all I gotta say about that. Next card, Blackwing Gale the Whirlwind. This is basically played in every single deck that was good this format, except for GBs, because GBs didn't really need it. I would say the limitation of this is okay. I mean, I really don't think it's that broken of a card, but when every single deck is running it, that means that's probably a pretty good card. So I think limiting it was okay. Do you have any thoughts on that, Matthew?
Yeah, I think they should have semi-limited, because it was just way too early to kill the Blackwing archetype completely.
Yeah, we got Mr. Matthew over there, the big Blackwing player. He's bawling about his Gale-less Blackwings now.
Yeah, nope, I'm just going to run GB's next format.
Next card, Solemn Judgment. This card's been seen play in just about every single deck except for Lightsworn in the past few formats. I kind of have mixed feelings on this. I think I think mostly the reason why people play it is because you could stop your opponent from making huge, like advantage swings, I guess. And Solemn is a way to protect yourself from losing. But it also can be used aggressively because if you set this and then they only have one set, then you can basically go for game and not have to worry about anything they have set because you can just Solemn it. So Solemn can be used defensively and aggressively, so I can see that's why they kind of limited it. But I still don't think it's really that broken because its cost is pretty steep, but in a sense its cost is nothing because life points don't matter at all when like card advantage is like the only thing you're thinking about. So yeah, Solemn. And then the next 4 cards, I guess, are all basically related to Synchro Cat, Rescue Cat, Summoner Monk, Mind Control, and Cold Wave. Synchro Cat used 2 monks and 2 cats, 2 Mind Controls, some ran 3. Most people were running 2 to 3 Cold Waves or none. So these are all basically the core of Synchro Cat, and they wanted to make it cut down a little bit without getting rid of Rescue Cat and Summoner Monk totally. But I still think that Synchro Cat will be good next format. Matthew, what do you think about Synchro Cat next format?
It has potential, but it has to be Arcanite-based control.
Well, there you go, folks. It has to be Arcanite-based control. Also, another problem with Synchro Cat now is like the only good 7 stars you can go into now that Black Rose is limited is Arcanite. So Synchro Cat players are going to have to find new 7 stars to run, like Ancient Fairy Dragon because of the defense, and maybe Powerful Dragons if they run some equips, and X-Saber Rebellum because you can get some more advantage off that. So there's going to be a little exploration that's going to be needed for Synchro Cat players to be successful. To me. All right, so that's for the limits. Next we have the semi-limits. This is pretty small. We got Chaos Sorcerer. It wasn't as good as people thought it was going to be this format because a lot of people thought, oh my god, Chaos Sorcerer's back. The game's just going to be defined by this one card. And it really wasn't. The only decks that ran it were Twilight, and some didn't run it at all. They sided it or whatever. So Sorcerer isn't as good as people think it is. I still think that it is broken because it's just a free +1 with a huge body on it. So I think Sorcerer is really good. And at 2 now, you can get some bigger, well, I guess bigger like advantage swings, I guess, with Sorcerer and whatnot. So yeah, Sorcerer is a good card. Next, Mizuki. People because now Card Save Return is banned. Zombies are a little bit slower, but with Mizuki at 2 now, they also gain a little bit of speed because of that. So Mizuki now is at 2, and Mizuki is really good. Next we got Lone Fire Blossom. I think this card actually deserved a semi-limit because it's basically you can bring out a 2800 beat stick with no cost, or you can make a 2400 beat stick that next turn will end up being a +1. So Lone Fire, some people have some mixed feelings about, but Matthew, what do you think about Lone Fire Blossom?
I think it should have stayed at 3. Plants haven't had any kind of chance yet for big tournament play, really.
Yeah, that's also true too. Plants still aren't very good, and this was basically the core of their deck, so I guess Konami's kind of mean for doing that. Alright, so the last card, Bottomless Trap Bowl. I have no idea why they limited this at all. It's not a broken card by any means. It's a 1-for-1. There's nothing wrong with the card. And Matthew, I think you would agree with that.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's kind of the stupid aspect of Konami. They did do some dumb limits, I thought, but generally the list was pretty good. So now we got the cards that are now at 3. So the first card is Baboon. For some of you who don't know, the ruling was changed on this, so you can't activate it in the damage step. So that makes this card pretty situational. So I can see why they put it at 3. Ryza. There really was no reason to semi-limit it. Monarchs, I don't think are going to be that great. I think they'll benefit with 3 Rises, but it's not like they're going to be some broken deck or anything like that. Breaker wasn't seeing much play, so I guess they figured, hey, why not? We just put it at 3. Breaker's going to be a really good card this format, I think, because of the slow play. And this card can make some pretty big advantage go your way. So Breaker's really good. Fissure. Gadgets haven't been very good for a while.